Well, good evening, Truck and Tractor Pool fans. Everybody had a very Merry Christmas. Good time here as well. And we got Klint Tucker with us from What's Smoking Promotions. We're going to go over the last go over, we'll say, of the Michiana Event Center of the Midwest Winter Nationals that has moved to Shipshewana, Indiana from Gordyville, USA. And we do have Clint here, and we'll get with him here in a couple of minutes. Kendra, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You almost, if he was just a little shorter,
I
you don't
know.
look
It's
like
like
you'd
I
have a
need to
party
like
hat
get
on your head.
down.
But we got I will say we got some rain coming tomorrow, Friday, possibly Saturday morning. But otherwise, I've seen it's going to be a real nice day Saturday. I say that because the Delmarva tractor pullers have a pool at Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Association Showgrounds in Easton, Maryland, Saturday. I am not sure the start time. I'm going to assume it's 10 or 11 in the morning, usually 11, I think. But unfortunately, if they get rain the next couple of days, it's going to be too muddy, I think. And if it does warm up, that's going to thaw some ground. That's going to make even more mud.
Yeah.
But if it's not a heavy rain, uh, then we may be okay. So keep an eye out on Facebook on Eastern Extreme Pooling videos and photos. They have a page as well, the Delmarva uh, Tractor Pullers Association on Facebook. We'll be letting you know if you're interested. It's antique. It's a great club. I know we had a guy on last week with us, Matt Stauffer, who did pool there. And they're just a great group of people, and it gets you out of the house for the day, and it's a nice little facility. They'll have food and drink, so it's a good way to start the new year. It'll be January 2nd, Saturday. So keep it in mind if you want to get out of the house with the family, and it is free. Come in, sit down, watch the show. So, and they do move the show along very well. It's not like they drag their feet and take forever to get a tractor hooked and down the track. They are very fast at what they do. So I got my fingers crossed that we'll get another tractor pull in. It would be the first one for the year. So, and it sure would be a nice welcome to
Yeah.
2021 compared to what we just dealt with in 2020. So, but that's kind of all I really have to say right now. Kendra, you have anything on the interstate side of things? Are we just waiting or?
Nope. Just waiting. We should be starting to make our schedules soon. So if promoters are listening, be on the lookout. Somebody will be getting in touch with you, or you can reach out to any one of us that you normally contact. So
Okay.
ready to get started, man.
I hear you. I'm ready, man. When's the first event? Just let me know.
Exactly.
But I will say, I will bring up the Keystone Nationals again for 2021. It's March 18th, 19th, and 20th, tentatively. Okay, that's the best I can tell you. We're still getting questions. I do know Monday night, this coming Monday night, January 4th, we are meeting online as a group, and we're going to go over some things and make a final decision on our part to say yes or no. Now, we have a lot of things to take into consideration. Please keep in mind it is a state owned building, and we can go in there and get started again, and then they could pull the plug on us again. So we got to keep that in mind. So please don't get upset if we do decide to cancel till 2022. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we will have a definite Monday night. So definitely Wednesday and or Tuesday, actually, Tuesday morning or Monday night. I will get on all the social media outlets and say yay or nay. And then we'll definitely have a little bit of a show on it Wednesday. We got to find, maybe we'll get a Forester to come on with us next Wednesday. So we can go over that and discuss why we decided yes or no or something like that. So, co-region writer, no tickets are on sale yet. No entries are open yet. Uh, we got to make a decision. We don't know yet. We hate to. I mean, it was a big task last year
Yeah.
to get one night in and then have to start the refund process. It's not fun. That's why we have not. I do not know when tickets will go on sale. It'll probably be pretty soon after we make a decision. It'll have to be because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're already
We
into
don't need a
January,
yeah,
so
we don't need a last minute rush, but it's going to be done quick. So nothing will change. prices, I'm sure, will have to be the same. We haven't never changed the prices, so but
Hmm.
we'll just see. Monday night, you know, you can ask me 1,000 questions tonight, and I'm going to tell you I don't know because I don't know. We don't know as a group until we meet Monday. So um, it'll be pretty quick, though. We'll say that. I'm just going to call you Cole. It'll be probably pretty quick within a couple of weeks, I would say. I got to go in and set up the ticket sales stuff. I mean, that takes me time away from my regular stuff. So I need a little time to get all that ready too. So, but we'll see come Monday night. So, well, and we do appreciate that, Cole Region.
Hmm.
Believe me, that went a long way. Believe me, uh, that just about ruined us last year or this year. It happened this year. So, Tim, okay. Well, we appreciate that, Tim, and just say a prayer for us. Cross your fingers. Hopefully, we can make something happen with that. So, we're actually talking to somebody in chat. That's what
Yeah.
he's sitting there. What are these clowns doing?
And honestly, it's people like Tim there that are the reason Keystone 2021 is even a possibility.
That is exactly right. We have it, and it's everybody. It was
Yep.
more so pullers, sponsors stepped up
Yep.
to keep this thing alive. I mean, we were facing a pretty bad
Detrimental loss. Yeah.
but we'll get to. But okay, well, maybe sometime you can do the whole show if you can. You can get off work and do the whole show. It's a great show. We take a lot of pride and time to make that show as good as we can make it. And, you know, there's still some things we need to tweak on, and we do our best. And you know, of course, you know, tonight we have one of the best at indoor pulling with us, Klint Tucker, and he's. I tell you what, from the first time I ever, well, 2005, I guess was his first show in Gordyville, and I went to it, and it just blew me away. I mean, it's like they planned this for 10 years. How quick they make everything. They just get better and better every year, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to be there the last 3 or 4 years, but I miss it. But I'm coming back. I promise you that. Clear that corner out. I'm coming, Klint. But anyway, Klint Tucker, man, give us some good news, buddy. What's been happening?
Oh, we've wrapping up our entry process. We have overwhelming numbers in all the classes. A lot of good stuff, and coming from all over the country, from California to New York. We got some tractors coming from Vermont, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and we got them coming from everywhere. And they're all really good stuff, and everything's looking really good as of right now. Building owners have, expressed some concerns with everybody keeping their masks on like they're supposed to, but if they want to keep watching tractor pull, they'll have to adhere to the local deal. I mean, we're just lucky that we got a venue that actually let us even promote an event, and everybody else in the country looks like they're pretty much shut down. And I'm starting to hear grumblings of outdoor events in the summer already canceling just because people are just overly concerned about being able to do these shows at the level that we're promoting. And it's difficult. It's a hard decision. I feel bad for you guys out there. I mean, you're a little closer to the epicenter of ignorance than we are. And
Fortunately, you're right.
we were very fortunate to have these people up in Shipshewana even entertain the idea of promoting an event. But I think their heart's in it, and they want to help us. And they've been nothing but the greatest help. Travis, the guy that does all the dirt work and kind of does all the mechanics of the building, has just,
Uh-oh. You lost him.
Say, where'd he go?
You lost him.
Oh,
I'm
he's
right
back.
here. Yeah. I haven't moved. But I talked to Bungarts. They got the sled and smoke machine already, and probably next week we'll start making the transition, start moving stuff up there and getting ready for the show.
Boy, that's a big job.
Yeah, we're 5 hours from the house now instead of just an hour. So
Wow.
Yeah.
but we're figuring out how to get everything on wheels and get it up there. And like I said, the building people have been over backwards trying to get us everything that we need without having to haul it all from the farm here. So it's going to be a good situation. And the weather, up there looks like the 10-day forecast up to the test bowl night looks like there's no blizzards, forecast. But up there, that town doesn't act like snow's a big deal. So 2 inches of snow pretty much cripples us weaklings down here in Southern Illinois. Up there, they just it's just another day, and that town's set up for tourist stuff on a day-to-day basis, no matter what. So I think that this is going to be a good transition up to this building this year, and it's in town. You're not going to have the 40-mile-an-hour winds like we had at Gordyville, and a good clean pit area. It's got heat everywhere. Where the Coliseum, it's attached to the back pit building. It has heat in the floor. The building we pull in's got heat in the floor. As long as we keep our common sense, keep the doors shut, and all the buildings, this should be more comfortable than anybody who's ever come pull at a What Smoking event should be. I mean, this is a Cadillac facility and Cadillac people, and they want to be. Not only this weekend, they want to have a weekend in March, and they kind of want to put their footprint in indoor pulling. I mean, they have got expansion on their Coliseum to where it'll have a 400-foot floor eventually, and and it has permanent seats in there. So they have all kinds of great plans, and just appreciate being a part of it now, and hopefully we can get in there and get our event done, and everybody will enjoy it.
You remember a while back, this is probably maybe right after you had your first event, or maybe right before your first event at Gordyville, you and I used to talk on the phone quite a bit.
Sure.
Quite an hour or two at a time. But,
right.
You remember you had mentioned, boy, I would really enjoy starting an indoor points series.
Yeah, that's been kicked around, and
sounds like you might have another venue to include in that.
Yeah. I mean, these big arenas are popping up all over the country because of so many horse-related events all over the country. And then the small monster truck promoters, the motocross promoters. If you have an event, if you have a building the size of these guys, you can keep it busy almost 52 weeks out of the year, and then do a lot of stuff during the week. And I go, this place is big enough. You can have RV shows, and just you name it, they do it up there. And it's in a very good area for that. It's right in the middle of middle of Indiana, north side, real close to Michigan. So it's real easy to get to. Big roads all the way there. It's not, and I just can't find anything wrong with where it's at and what they're doing. And I'm really excited to be a part of their winter program this winter.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, think about that, though. Of course, the classes vary depending on where you go in the country to go indoors. But I could think right now maybe having a 5-event indoor series, to be honest with you. If you stop and think about it, Kansas City, say you were to do Gordyville, Shipshewana again. Who am I missing? Murfreesboro would be 4. You can throw Keystone in there as 5. That won't be for all the classes you may run a point series.
Sure.
I think it could work.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's just something to think about.
Yeah, I mean,
I do remember that.
Yeah, we've kicked the idea around quite a bit, and there's more venues coming. There's bigger ones being built that want truck and tractor pull motorsports in them, and we've been in contact with them too. So I think the future is bright. With having the good smoke machines like we all got, and kind of the getting our safety stuff up to snuff to where we're not scared to take this stuff inside. I mean, it'll never be as big as it was when I was in high school in the late 80s, early 90s with 1 or 2 or 3 every weekend in them small hockey arenas all over the world, like Christiani and Witt and TNT and SRO did. But I feel like ours is more of a competition. Those were cool, but when I went to them, there's a lot of this sideshow and this entertainment, which was good, but YouTube's full of them old videos, and kids my son's age like, how on earth did you think pulling on a 120-foot track was fun? I was like, well, and nothing else to do that day.
That's true.
So, yeah.
They're at Keystone in Harrisburg, the large arena, not the one we pull in.
Sure.
But the large arena, what was that, 100 foot? If that
Yeah.
was a little more than 100, maybe 110, 120-foot track. I forget what Jimmy said it was, but
that was one of the cool things that we got to do when we went out there the first year. Is I got the Foresters let me walk over and look at that. I have all the old Polar magazines and seen, got the pictures, but I'd never could physically see it. And that's a pretty neat historic little arena. And that one and the one in the Super Bowl. That's all we knew when we were kids. That and Louisville was the three places they went. And when I went out, they went out to Denver, Colorado, and the old guys around there talking about going to Fort Worth, Texas, and then the Astrodome, of course, they pulled in there for years. So, I mean, it's, I'm really interested in the history of pulling, especially the old school stuff. But, whenever Jerry and I first started, becoming friends, it was just Louisville and, Fort Wayne, and then we started the little brush pole version of Fort Wayne there at Gordyville, and it's really expanded ever since then.
He warned me. I remember talking figures. Yeah, come out here, Jerry. He said, I'm going to warn you. You better be ready to go pulling. I said, hey,
yeah.
I live and breathe it. Well, he wasn't lying.
It gets a little overwhelming.
Hundreds of tractors. Cloverdale was overwhelming.
That was ridiculous.
Huge show.
Well, they were supposed to have a parking lot done, and they didn't get it done, and that didn't work out very well. The show they have now is perfect because they kind of micromanage their numbers and their classes, and it's really neat. And I feel bad for those guys not being able to run this year but they're in an area there which is pretty good, but they couldn't get any guarantees from their state local officials, so they decided not to try it this winter. And the guys at Shipshewana, they have events in there every weekend. So this tractor pull coming to town, just another thing they're doing, and it's not nothing unusual. They had a whole month of Christmas programs in there, and they got in a little bit of trouble here in the November 1st of December with a really large horse show and auction. There's a lot of guys in there wasn't wearing their masks, and the health department kind of growled at them a little bit. But I think our fans we've been putting up with it for 8 months. If you come in there, wear a mask, sit down. If you're drinking beer or goofing around, you can take it down. The box seat people, we're going to treat them like a restaurant. As long as you're sitting together, we'll space them out best we can. If you want to sit there without your mask down, I don't think the health department have any problem with it. But if you get up and move around, you probably ought to have it on. Really encouraging the pullers to, go by the rules. And if we go by the rules, I think we can pull this off and kind of set an example how we're going to have to run the rest of the winter. And hopefully next year at Gordyville or wherever the hell we have it, we can take those masks and set them on the track and we can burn every one of them.
Let's do it.
I would be a nice crowd draw.
We'll burn them or throw them in the smoke machine, let the smoke machine suck them up and eat them.
If we're only lucky enough, let's hope. But and that's really good. What's your entry numbers look like? I'm going to ask you for exact numbers, but
it's retarded.
You say
the mail, the U.S. Postal Service is horrible, and
tell me about it.
We set a cutoff date of the 26th, which was about 30 days longer than we have. But we changed the venue and let a lot of guys think about the process and think about the whole deal with the and Sandy going on in the world, and we've got rave reviews. I mean, we got guys coming from all over. We got tractors from California to Vermont. I mean, got a lot of tractors from right there in Indiana. I mean, we're going to have the biggest hot farm class I've ever had in my life. I think we got around 42 of them. We've split them up, and We divided them up between. We didn't want all the East Coast guys pulling against each other, and so we've got that split up and got them reseated. We did that last night. Fantastic group of mini rods. The little economy mini rods, the little small walk mini rods. We got a great group of them. Hot farm, pro farms, you name it. We got them. Up there in that land. You're in the world of the meanest super farms in the world. Out of Michigan. We got most of those guys. A lot of good light pros. Really, really proud. We finally got some 9700 limited pro 4-1 tractors. We was really short last year, and it's really disappointing because we worked with those guys day in and day out during the summer, and just wasn't getting the support of Gorderville we wanted. And we moved the venue, and boy, they showed back up. So it's all kinds of things to consider. Unfortunately, this year we're not having the big pro stocks. Those things are kind of fragile anymore to deal with. A lot of the guys were always wanting to save them to go to the farm show, and I understand that. But I would say if this venue continues to strive to do everything that they're saying they're going to do, I would say you'll be able to go up and watch a pro stock in Shipshewana one of these days. If not in March, by the next go around that we go up through there, we'll probably have some pro stocks, maybe some alcohol supers. But we wanted to keep the fumes and the tube destruction down to a minimum this year, and we'll because Bungart's all got brand new tube, and I didn't want to be the guy that melted it down the first time. Let them do that.
Yeah. That's interesting. And like you say, ticket sales are going very well for you too.
Ticket sales are going really good. The people out there they look like they're going to support this event. I mean, when they had their event during 2019, it was capacity crowd. Now, I've told them, I don't think you're going to have a crowd like that at this time of the year, right after Christmas, with the COVID numbers, that they tell you going insane. But this is also flu season. We've all had colds around here, and I'm pretty sure we don't have COVID. It's just cold, 40 degrees one day, 20 degrees one day, 60 degrees one day, 30 degrees one day. It's just a cold. Yep. But you're scared to death. You can go to the doctor to even ask for even any antibiotic. We just tough it out. Whiskey and being tough.
There's a question there. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not. If you're watching, Clint, Larry K says he ordered their tickets but could not find out how to get box seats.
The box seats are more of a one-on-one with me. They can Facebook message me, email me. If you have a crew of 8 people coming, the box seats are actually a more affordable situation by a little bit of money. And then you'll get a pit pass so you can go walk in the pits. And the nice thing about it is you can go back there in between sessions and kind of visit with the pullers, because in between sessions we usually close that down because there's a lot of equipment moving around. But the box seat guys will get you, whenever you pay that money, you get the opportunity to go back in the back, and you don't have to leave the building in between sessions. And we have about 6 or 8 of them available on both sides. Now, I know they're from the middle of the track back towards the starting line, but it's a reserved seat. You can throw your stuff down, wander around. That might be one of the few places you can probably sit down and visit with your friends and have a beverage and take your mask down. And we'll space those boxes a little far apart. That we'll do what they tell us to do, and I think everybody will enjoy that. But Clint at whatsmoking.net, or I'm on Facebook there. He's just Facebook message me, and we can set you up with a box seat still. And you can bring your friends and sit down and watch us pull for 12 to 15 hours a day.
It's going to be great.
That's awesome.
Mike Walker.
I'm so excited.
Mike Walker, you weren't on when we started the show. We are meeting Monday night, Mike. Me and the rest of the crew are going to come on, like you see here now, but only it'll be private. And we're going to discuss that. As of right now, it's I gave you the dates. That's where we stand right now. Nothing is etched in stone. We're not sure what we're going to do until we meet Monday night. So
One thing, Jerry, a couple guys have brought to my attention, and you guys might be able to pull it off out there because, you guys get a little bit better weather than we do the end of March, 1st of April. Maybe you guys just do it outside the first couple of weeks in the spring.
I actually have a promoter that is very interested in doing that. So that's something I am going to bring up Monday night.
There's a lot of guys that are going to be snowbirding. They're going to come up and fool around with me in that Shipshewana area, and I think they're heading to Florida for 2 or 3 weeks. And Florida, that's a whole nother country of freedom, and they're going to pull tractors down there for 2 or 3 weeks. And some of my antique buddies are already down there fooling around. So, I mean, I really think that if we can just get through the stupid month of March, that some of these outdoor venues, especially the very first ones, might be overwhelmed with tractors. I know my promoters out west in Missouri, 'cause that's kind of another place of freedom that is enjoyable. Some of our first pulls are out there, and I'm expecting capacity numbers of tractors and fans.
I know there's a lot of people heading to Ocala and all them at the end of January. They're going to have a huge crowd.
I might be one of them.
Yep, I've really thought about going down there. I might just have to do it.
Well, I got relatives and friends down there not too far, and they're tractor pulling fans, and we've been kicking it around back and forth.
I actually have a place I can stay right outside Ocala.
That's a good deal.
Not too far outside of Ocala, but maybe 40-minute drive, I guess. But
sure. I had a lady call me and communicate with me from pretty much the most southeast county in Arizona. I want to know if we would consider moving it down there.
You're like, that's a little too far to travel.
All the girls that worked for me thought it was an outstanding idea.
But it's nice. It's nice to know that the interest is there. You know what I mean, that's great for the sport.
Yeah, I mean, I really think since we started doing these indoor polls that the combination of all of us together has elevated the competition to a height I never thought we'd ever see. And Jerry and I have talked and laughed about the appearance of some of the vehicles that rolled in here at Gordyville the very first year.
Oh yeah.
It's some pretty crude stuff, and now you look at all of them and they all, I'm really impressed with all of your, it kind of confuses me out there, your Pro Farm, hot stocks, the big fat tire tractors that are not a mod turbo. I mean, those guys run hard, and it just looks like, kind of follow around on the YouTube pages. They're just more and more and more of them. I can't imagine how many you got if you had them all in one pile. But
a lot.
That's great. That's great because, an old pro stock puller by the name of Jeff Sapp said, you'll never, ever have a big bunch of big fish if you don't start out with a bunch of small fish. And that comes, that there's a lot to that.
Is he still actively pulling?
No, he sold his tractor and he's just farming a lot and enjoying life, he says. You'll see him every now and then. And of course, the pro stock class is, for the insane. And he says he don't miss it a bit.
Yeah, he was always fun to talk to.
Yeah, Jeff's a ball. I had the pleasure of running around with him for several years, and I wish I'd have wrote down or recorded everything he said. I could have had a book, quotes kind of like Yogi Berra, because it was nonstop every day. He never woke up to a bad day. He never went to bed on a bad night. Jeff was just a great man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, he was always kind of comical trackside usually,
Yeah.
Just after he'd run, he'd just kind of give you a look over at you, and give you a funny look like, I think I could have done better or had something to say. It was kind of comical. So.
Yeah, Jeff is a ball. And
especially at the one year, last year we were there. I think last year we were at DuQuoin, we ran a single track indoor, correct?
Yeah.
He spun out down on the wheelie bars.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't get the tractor to move. And he just looked over at me and my ex-wife at the time and started laughing. watching you guys trying to get that tractor moved.
Yeah, he was starting to get a little impatient with me at the end. We finally got it out of there.
I remember that like it happened yesterday.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun that night. We had a great pro select class that night.
The biggest thrill was always Larry Phillips
Oh yeah.
on the other track at DuCoin, and of course the one year, just about every tractor, including the Forester Alcohol Super, took wild rides.
Oh yeah.
It seemed like every year Larry had a wild ride, and he'd always look over at me and go, "Shoo!"
Yeah.
Like it was no big deal, you know.
Yeah. I've watched that guy almost wreck a lot.
Mike Hoppy was a lot like that.
Oh
too.
yeah.
John,
Hoppy used to be the most valuable player on our wreck videos. It didn't
right.
matter what tractor he had either. He had several. He was fearless.
You bet. That makes pulling fun. You know, you hate to see anybody take a bad ride or have a bad incident, but you know, they just shrug it off and go right back out there next week. It's
Anytime you bolt yourself to a light super, it's going to happen.
yeah. They just on the Kendra calendar. All right, I guess I better get going on this Kendra calendar, huh? It's a little cold. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to take a lot of alcohol in Gordyville to get a calendar.
Oh boy. See what you started.
Hey, what can I say?
That's good. It sounds like everything's coming together for you, Clint. Real quick, I just want to say we mentioned it twice. We'll go ahead and say something now, and I'll let you fill in the blanks for Megan Scott. You're doing obviously a collections for her. She has been diagnosed with cancer, and there is a place on Clint's website, I'm assuming, which is what'ssmoking.net, and you'll be able to go in Venmo at Pulling for Megan, Megan, and I'll probably post this on my Facebook pages too. And checks can also be made out to Pulling for Megan, and I'm not sure where you can send them, but maybe Clint can fill us in on that. But or maybe there at the event, if you're going to the event, you know, check into that. But,
Yeah. Megan Scott is married to Brian Scott, and everybody knows Brian Scott is Opie. He's the guy that always looks like his mechanic's uniform on a day-to-day basis. I don't really, well, every now and then in the summertime it gets real hot, you'll see him in a t-shirt and some weird cut-off pants. But most of the time he's in his work uniform. He works on a lot of pulling tractors in the Western Series, and he actually dabbles in some parts on the tractors pull out with you guys. Great guy, great couple. Megan was diagnosed with some pretty serious cancer this fall, and she's going through treatments, and we need to keep them all in our prayers. It's a day-to-day deal with those two, and of course Brian being as busy in the shop, trying to get tractors ready to go for the spring, and then carrying to Megan. I mean, they got a lot on their plate. Megan's got some really good friends there, and these Bridget Mears kind of spearheaded the deal. And they got a really nice program set up for it. Bridget dates the son of the fellow we built, the Justin Stucker built the tractor replica of, and his name's Mike Barton. And I think Chris Barton and Bridget and another lady and her boyfriend Robert Hill are going to come out to the event and sell tickets. But if you can't make it to the event and go by and see them, they have the on our website. You can go through there and you can get the tickets ordered. And they're handling all that for Megan. And hopefully we can set a new record on as far as ticket sales and help a really good family out. Cancer sucks, and they're not even there. We were trying to guess their day. I think they're in their early 30s, maybe. And
yeah, I know they're young.
They're very, very young, and they got a couple kids that's really young in young high schools, and maybe in junior high yet. So any help would be super appreciative, and it's just a good thing from good people to help them out. And you don't see that very often in the world these days. But tractor pulling seems like we've been able to do some nice things for people in the past, and I hope we can do it again. And but like I said, you can't make it to the event and buy some tickets off those guys. Especially go by and see Robert. He's a hoot, especially later in the night. He'll be at those sales by 11:30 at night. I guarantee you on those tickets. So go by and support this. It really means a lot to me and my family because, Brian and Megan both helped us put on these insane indoor shows. They were a lot of help, and we feel for them, and we want to do the most we can for them.
Yeah, for several years too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a while with you. That one year, Brian went to all three of them with us. Went to Murfreesboro and helped out, and then we went out to your show and helped out. And his dream was always to go to Forrester's shop because he's been a blue guy through all his life, and he got to fulfill that dream. In fact, he left me there at the arena one night and went with Jason back to the shop. They tore something up. I said, I'm going to go to the hotel. I'll leave the door jammed so you can get back in.
I wish I'd have known that. I'd come and got you.
Yeah. He was heading to Forrester's, so they had a good time.
There's been many a late night trips to Forrester's during Keystone National.
Oh, I bet. Do you got one of these?
Yeah.
Sure, give me a couple hours. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But the cancer thing, anybody, it's holiday season still. Just say a little prayer for people that are fighting a very ugly, difficult disease. Everybody's got COVID on the mind right now. COVID is nothing compared.
And the worst thing is, because of COVID, you can't be in the hospital with your loved one that has cancer. So that's something you never even think about. But you got the patient in there alone, and then the family can't even go in and see them. So
I hear stories every day. Comes home with mine. So
yeah.
It's real.
Well, if you guys got anything else, I need to probably hop off of here in a little bit.
Okay.
Real quick, Klint, I know people have been asking especially with the mail service, are you guys sending out packets before the event, or will we get everything at the event?
We will send out a packet for the pullers that has your parking pass and an itinerary probably the first of next week.
Okay.
And it'll be a mass mailing. We'll send that out, and that gives your itinerary. The box seat passes will be sent out next week as well.
Okay.
Because we were not trusting the mail until after the first year.
Yeah.
We'll get all those sent out next week. We'll have the Army come in, and we'll start getting that out the door probably on Monday and Tuesday. Like I said before, entries are absolutely closed. The test passes are absolutely full. We don't have any more of them. We will keep tickets online for sale for about another 10 days, and then we'll shut that off because we don't trust the mail on that either. It's only another couple bucks to buy them. The tickets will be available at the door. This is not an invite only deal. Every ticket, every box seat, and every pass goes out will have a COVID paper in it. Please fill it out and bring it with you. You're going to look like a gypsy walking around there. You're going to have your COVID band. You're going to have your pit pass band. You're going to have your box seat band. You're going to have bands out the wazoo. But, we got to do that. Make sure we're being responsible. We will have everything probably out the door, I would say, by next Friday. So you should be seeing it. A lot of fans been calling, talking about the mask and stuff. Yes, you will have to wear a mask everywhere you go. If you're not eating or drinking, you got to wear your mask. It's up to you to do your own social distancing. If you want to sit on somebody's lap, that's fine. It's not my problem. But the more responsible we are, the greater chances we can get all 6 of these sessions in. But if we if we get in trouble by the health department, we'll do our best to try to negotiate with them. But I think it's nothing new. We'll all be responsible. I think we'll be fine, and we'll do the best we can every day, and every opportunity that comes to us, we'll do the best we can to appease them, and hopefully we can get this pull in.
Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds like you got your ducks in a row. Let's just hope the postal service works with you. It looks like they're actually getting their act together now. Uh, I've had several things all of a sudden, poof, they've been delivered after waiting for, gosh, beginning of December. So
Yeah, they struggled in
seems like things
December.
are moving again. So
They really struggled in December, and I think next year, and Jerry and I have talked about this before. I think next year we're going to do a lot of this stuff online. That way we can kind of keep the numbers of the tractors controllable, and get the tickets and everything like that to people, a little bit timelier fashion.
yes,
But we're all learning every day.
this past year, the 2020 show, uh, uh, forget names, Destiny,
Yeah.
and I believe Heidi, Jason's girlfriend, actually rebuilt a website for the show, and was inclusive in having entries and everything done online. You
Sure.
can still mail it in, but that really saved a lot of postal mess,
Yeah.
and that worked pretty well. Linda's daughter, I think,
Caitlin.
Caitlin, yes, I'm sorry, Caitlin, was I think pretty much the mastermind in getting all that started for the site. So, but that worked out really well, and yeah, it's definitely something to check into, Clint.
Well,
To be to your favor.
yeah, it's just we got to be able to keep a little bit better hold on what's going on, and the 500 phone calls a day. You forget who all you've talked to, and then you see paperwork come in the mail, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I did talk to that guy, a month ago." But yeah, I mean, we're hoping for the best. I mean, everything's, like I said, a green light, and hopefully we can pull this off and do it safely and start the 2021 season. And hopefully, after we get this done, hope the dominoes start falling and we go right into the March events. Hopefully, you guys can get some good luck, and the guys out of Kansas City can get some good news, and these people at Shipshewana can get some good reviews after the show we did here in January, and everything else will just start happening. And then we get outside in the summer, and it's just a normal year, hopefully. But it's going to be a struggle for some promoters, the financial side of it, especially if you're in counties that are a little more sensitive to it than some of the rural areas that we get to go to in Missouri and Iowa. But I just wish everybody the best of luck.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and yeah, we wish you the best of luck. I know
We're
Kendra
going to need it.
out there.
I will be there with bells on. I could not wait.
I may have to hit you up for a little bit of rental time on the beach. Clint, sounds like I'm going to have to make a special trip out with the camera, and
Sure.
we got to
Well,
get a
I
calendar.
thank you. I thank you for letting me come on your show. It helps out a lot, and I'm sorry I got to run, but I do have another commitment I got to do here in just a little bit.
That's no problem. We appreciate you coming on, and I will get. I'm going to go download a couple of your event flyers, and I'm going to start sharing them around social media and stuff.
I appreciate it.
As well as this Megan Scott deal.
Yeah,
Definitely want to help them out and wish them the very best as well. So.
All right. Well, you guys have a happy new year, and we'll be seeing you on the flip side.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. Thanks,
Thank
Clint.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, wow, that sounds great. Sounds like they're going to have a well of a show lined up there.
Sounds like it's going to be warm.
So you're going to stop by and get the tripod and the video camera and.
Nope. Gordyville is my fun time. So I'm going to be sitting in the box seat, drinking a cold one.
I hear you.
It's going to be great.
I just may be here in my armchair, kicked back watching it. So if I get the time to. So.
Yep.
But, chat was a little busy there for a while. Jamie Ramirez, yo, hi. How are you? We're not ignoring you. It's trying to get Clint taken care of here, and then we try to catch everybody's messages. But if you have any questions, by all means, here we are. So get ready, Kendra. They're going to hit you up.
I'm ready. Bring them on.
Yeah.
Have you decided if we are doing a show next week? Birthday boy.
Birthday. Yeah. Probably. I'll have to see. I don't think we're doing. I don't know. She said a couple. She's off for 7 days, so I don't know what she's got planned. But at this time, we'll tentatively say yes. 8 p.m. next Wednesday, we'll have a show. So just throw money. That's all I ask. Just throw money.
I accept all major forms of payment.
Pretty much. I ain't been into Venmo yet. I need to check into that. Whatever, however you pronounce it. But,
oh, it definitely makes things easier. Venmo is it's very easy and simplistic. So
is it secure?
I've never had any issues with it.
I have never in 22 years of using PayPal as a source of income and outgoing money. I have never had a problem with PayPal. So that's why I've stuck with it. But I will check into it for sure.
Yeah, Venmo is much simplistic than PayPal. You literally go on, you find the person you want to send the money to, and boop, it's gone.
It's a simplified process.
Simplified process.
There you go.
But
great. I just put the last segment of the Forester Nationals, the very first Forester Nationals, on a couple of days ago. So we'll be, and I wish the video footage was better. You know, back then, as before, we did any DVD work, and you know, so I'm kind of stuck with what I got with old technology. But as the shows get newer, you'll see the quality really step up. So
it's funny because that every time you post a Forester Nationals video, it floats around our little Pulling Peeps group chat. And it's funny that it brings up so many stories, most of which I can't share. But
I am sure.
But the guys had a lot of fun back then, and it's interesting what they remember from those events. So
every time I post something like that, I sit back as it's loading to the
mm-hmm.
loading to YouTube. I sit back and think, you know, I remember that day, blah 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 blah. Then this person did this, and
yeah,
we did this after the poll or whatever. It's like, man, where did the time go?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's 19 years ago. But, of course, some of you were still pretty young, I guess.
I still remember going to Forester Nationals.
Yeah,
eating Marty's
young back then.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd have been probably 11 and 12 when they were really getting fired up. So
yeah, you were young.
I was young. I don't remember the same fun things that those guys did. But
nobody's got any questions. That's wow.
Well, my fan club already left for the night.
Yeah,
so.
I've seen he took off. So
he's already asking about the calendars and all that. So
I have a good gag idea, but I better not.
Oh boy.
That actually has been brought up several times to me. A lot of the male truck pullers.
Yeah.
Said, hey man. Hey, have you ever thought about? Well, of course, but
of course I have.
That's it just never came to fruition.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been thought about. And we just haven't done it, and it's probably a good thing not to do it. If it takes one upset person, and then oh boy,
yeah,
that's a never-ending saga.
Yeah.
But we got some things developing here in the East. I don't have a whole lot of information, too awful much. I haven't talked to anybody really, so I've been really busy. But we've got some things changing here, and like I say, I probably shouldn't say anything because I really don't know what's really all going on. But I'm sure in the future we're going to have some people on to bring us up to date on some of that stuff. So the future is alive and well, and kicking butt. I'll just leave it at that, I guess.
And events are being booked. which is a promising for 2021.
Yeah, promoters are hungry
Yep.
in a good sense, and they are ready to go to work. And I'm happy to hear that. Uh, you guys, you put on a tremendous amount of events, so
Hmm.
and you say, I'm sure you're getting some feedback that's pretty promising as well.
Well, and like, for example, Jamie Hall down there at Easton, you know, the tractor pulls are their main source of income.
Yes.
And you still have property taxes to pay. You still have, maintenance. You still have everything like that. The income has to come in whether you get a fine for having an event or not. So,
Yeah. And people love us. See that?
yeah, there you go.
We much run out of.
We need that love.
We run out of things to talk about them. I'm sure there's things. As soon as we get done, I always think, man, there's 50 things come to my brain we got to talk
Yeah.
about. Just how it happens. But we appreciate that, Lynn. Thank you. We love you for tuning in, keeping us going. We appreciate it. And that's another thing, guys. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. YouTube likes to see that stuff, and it keeps us going. And next week, I am going to work on a Forester. I really want to get Jason on here. I just want to twist his ear. But maybe I can get him. I know he's a busy person.
Be ready for a 2-hour show that's going to start 10 minutes late.
Just 10 minutes? Wow.
Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can find it. Corey sent a picture the other day, and it was Forester Pulling Team's new motto.
Uh-oh.
Being late doesn't mean failure. Maybe it means getting ready for a great launch. So,
That's one way to look at it.
yep. He's like, we're going to paint that on the side of all the trucks.
Not that they've ever been late before.
We ain't missed one yet.
I heard there's a possibility, or has been talks of, a naturally aspirated two-wheel drive class. Okay.
I've even heard of some two-wheel drives that might not be naturally aspirated also.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great.
I'm not sure where the two-wheel drive world came from, but it is definitely alive and well here in the Scotland area.
Well, that's fantastic.
I will say more than one Forester owns a two-wheel drive truck right now. So.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
That's good.
So there's many new and exciting things, hopefully coming to Ocala, Florida.
Oh, really?
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I won't be at that one either. But,
that's one of the reasons I want to go to Ocala, Florida. There will be some maiden voyages done in Ocala, so we'll keep everybody updated once things are definite.
Yeah, I am sure it will be live fed. So
I
think Wilbur, as I call him, Willie Witt will be down there doing his thing. So I'll have to twist his
tune
arm.
in.
Hey, give me a link, boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to definitely check into Klint's deal. It sounds like he's going to have a monster show, and his shows usually are really jam packed. Very good pulling equipment. I don't care what part of the country they come from.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very, very different this year. I was just telling Norm last night. I said you still need to come to Gordyville at Gordyville.
Yes,
because this is not going to be the same experience.
Gordyville, if you've never been there, it's Gifford, Illinois. It's right outside of Rantoul. It's just east of Rantoul, Illinois. And I tell you, it's kind of it's beautiful land if you like flat farm country. It's beautiful land. And ironically, a few years, might be the last year I went out there, I had a helper at the time, Marty Kern, was with me. And we rode over, you can see the actual little one block town of Gifford.
Oh, yeah.
From the pulling event. And we went over and saw the tornado dam. They actually had a tornado not too long before we had an event there. And I guess probably the previous fall. And some stuff got tore up pretty good out there. You can just, you see the lay of the land. It's a little bit where I live. There's some clearing here and there, but it's not flat by no means compared to what's out there. And I know we get them here. But I can't imagine being able to see that far something like that coming at you, man, it's just got to be really creepy. It's really strange.
Yeah, and the back roads out there, everything is a square.
Yeah, you can't
It
get lost. Just keep
no.
turning left or keep turning right. You'll be back.
Last
Yeah.
year we had to go to the New Holland dealership because we didn't check the brake fluid and didn't have any brakes. So we had to go to the New Holland dealership to get some brake fluid. And they sent Sue and I. And on those back roads, everything's so flat and straight.
Yeah.
You're going 70 miles an hour before you even realize it. And you're like, whoa.
Even with snow and ice on the road. That's
Well, it
one thing
wasn't snow and ice then. I'm not that bad of a driver.
Well, I just know the main drag back out to go back to Rantoul. It gets
Yeah.
snow and it's always windy because nothing stops the wind. It usually
Yeah.
comes over. And you just go,
Yeah.
because the roads are flat and straight, and you don't have to worry about making a turn and spinning out.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat. I enjoy it. And
Mm-hmm.
this is it the Rural King, I guess. That's my favorite.
Rural King. Yep.
That store is awesome. I enjoy always actually we stop there every day on the way to the show.
Yep.
We'd always go early just to walk around, talk with people, but that was definitely a stop every day. The Hardee's in town for a good breakfast, and then stop at Rural King, and then go to the pool. So
There was a little restaurant that opened up. I can't remember the name of it. Right beside the Rural King. So we would go in and get the table and get something to eat, and the guys would all go shopping at the Rural King, and that's usually opposite.
yeah,
Heidi and I were like, "You guys go ahead, go have your fun, go buy some tools. We'll be over here."
I never walked out of there empty-handed ever.
Nope.
I always got something, from chicken poop to a chair or whatever. It's chopstick.
Yeah.
They called it, that particular brand was called chicken poop. So
Mm-hmm.
it was comical. Well, we're at 57 minutes, doggone it.
Oh, we must have started late. Oh, because Clinton had to go away.
Yeah, he
Had to get earbuds.
But well, we got a new year coming. We hope everybody has a good time and safe time.
Mm-hmm.
COVID is still on the run. I hear there's a new strand. Here we go talking politics, but things haven't gotten out of hand here with our local hospital too much. There's patients in there, but they have a good handle on it. Nothing is mandatory as far as having to have a shot yet.
Yeah.
That's employees or patients. So, but I just read today that a nurse took the vaccine and now has COVID.
Oh no.
He contracted COVID after the vaccine, so that's kind of scary. So
Yep.
I know there's another strand, a new strand of this COVID that's just started in Denver. One person's got it from the UK. Never traveled there, so how he got it, who knows? But he, she, whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, and I know here with like my family and my circle, you want to call it, I've had 2 people that didn't have the taste and smell that got tested, and it came back negative. So now there's even false negatives out there, and it's just
yeah. 3 of my friends just got over it. They were all together on a trip, and all but one got it. There was 4 of them total, and but they beat it, and thankful for that. So
yeah.
And there's others, and we just had some die. So unfortunately, we hate to say the D word, but unfortunately, it's part of the ugly disease. So
Yep.
but stay healthy, folks. Use common sense. We're still in the middle of a unfortunate pandemic. So sounds like Clint's going to have his hands full. Folks, I'm going to say it. You're going to hate me for it, but when you go to his pool, please wear a mask. Because if you don't wear the mask, you're going to create more headaches for him that he doesn't need. He's got enough to worry about in a new venue he's never had to deal with inside. Doing an indoor pool is hard enough without adding problems to his schedule. So,
and I'm not going to be happy if I drive 9 hours and not get to watch a full weekend of pulling.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Just follow the rules. Everybody hates the mask. I hate them. I don't wear them if I don't have to. But just remember, you got to think about the people doing the show and the people that are allowing you to come in there and stay out of trouble doing the show. So social distance, wear your mask if you have to. As Clint said, when you're not eating or drinking beverages or something there, and you're up moving around, wear your mask. Please make it simple. Keep it simple for Clint and the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Lynn. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And Kendra, I really, that's pretty much it. Check us out. We'll be back. I'm pretty sure we'll be back next Wednesday. So 8 p.m. We'll try to. I'm going to really work on a Forester. I'm going to try to get one of them to come on. Somebody.
Yeah.
We'll get one of them to come on. I'm sure we're really going to focus on the Keystone Nationals next Wednesday. So I know a lot of people have been asking about it, and we do have dates: 18th, 19th, and 20th of March, but that is still tentative. We are having a meeting this coming Monday night, and Wednesday we're going to go full bore here and tell you yay or nay and why. So hopefully we'll have good news, but don't be disappointed if we don't. So we'll see what happens. And that's all I got.
That's all I've got. Let's go pulling.
I am Saturday, hopefully, if the weather doesn't mud us out too bad. And
Yep.
in Maryland, Delmarva Tractor Pullers. Great antique pulling event. Nice tractors, great people. And man, they're really speedy about their deal. They really keep the show moving. People think antique, oh my God, it takes forever to run all them classes. They're fast. Believe me, they are fast. I was very impressed. And they don't have tons of numbers in every class. So they keep it moving along pretty good. And it's fun. It's fun to get out and just kick back and watch. Well, I'm filming, so I'm not kicking back. I'm on my toes the whole time I'm there.
Yeah.
So, but we'll be there shooting photos, filming, and all that good stuff. Kendra said she's coming. I'm just kidding. They don't have any New Hollands there, so I know you will.
Hey, maybe I will show up. Who knows?
Good.
Probably not, but
What the heck?
I am working from home and going crazy, so I might just end up at an
Not
antique
too
pool.
far from the beach. It's not too far from the beach.
Beach in January, though.
Might be a little chilly.
I'd rather go to a Florida beach.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely worth swim. All right, guys, we're gonna pull the plug here, and we'll see you next Wednesday, most likely 8 p.m. Again, lots of Keystone information coming your way, hopefully, and we'll see you then. Like, subscribe, share, hit the like button, and thumbs up, and we'll see you next Wednesday. And everybody have a safe, prosperous New Year.
Yep.
See you next Wednesday. I'll be right with you, Kendra.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot to hit the button.